What's up, everybody? We are back. We are off the crossbar. I am the coach, Pete Eibner, and I'm here with my main man, the co-coach, Adam the Miz Mizell, and we are here in the bowels of a movie theater in Dundalk, safe from the gunfire of Baltimore City. Miz, what is going on, brother?
How you doing, Coach?
I'm on my game.
You're looking like a homeless Coach Pete Eibner today.
I feel like a homeless Coach Pete Eibner today.
What bridge did you sleep under last night?
You know what? Bridge sleeping's not bad.
It's underrated, huh?
It's underrated. Like, bridge sleeping's not bad as long as you're in a good neighborhood. You don't want to be sleeping under I-83.
Right.
That's kind of, the I-83, you get everybody. I like sleeping under, like, bridges out in Timonium.
Okay.
Nice area. Highfalutin homeless people there.
Do billionaires sleep under those bridges?
Bernie Sanders.
Sanders.
You got all these highfalutin billionaire homeless people sleeping under bridges in Timonium.
He's going to walk around and give them all free stuff. We got Finney in the house.
Finney in the house. He's over there. He's making highfalutin dollars. He's over there in his Ravens shirt.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you guys under this bridge.
Finney's got the Raven, like Rob Fahey, the Ravens shirt.
I said Ravens, and then people are thinking I'm talking Lamar Jackson. We're talking Rob
Fahey Ravens.
Yeah,
the first real Ravens, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The only Ravens in my eyes.
Yeah, they were raised on the radio.
They were.
Which is on the soundtrack of maybe the best 80s movie of all time, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
It's up there.
It's got to be up there. Like, talk me out of it.
It's up there. I could probably twist your. I mean, for me, Rocky IV is really, really up there for me.
Rocky IV.
Dude, yes. I love you, but that is just an insane statement.
That's a great
That's
one.
not in the top 3 Rocky movies.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
Rocky IV is not in the top 3 Rocky movies.
You have a lot of components going on.
Including that the first 3 are better movies.
When I first got here, you didn't like me very much, and I didn't like you either.
I mean, look, you got Russian.
You could have said Stripes, and I would have said, okay.
Caddyshack.
Animal House.
I think you guys are missing a lot of components that were in that movie. Number one, let's start with the technology that Drago had when he was training, right? That is some of the stuff we see today.
Right, he was basically working out at Planet Fitness.
Way ahead
It
of
is true, and Rocky was chasing a chicken.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much.
And he's lifting barrels with stones in it.
He's got a giant log on his back, running in the snow.
Oh, man.
Spent 3 weeks in the gulag.
I mean, Brigitte Nielsen in her prime.
Yeah,
that was that.
I feel like I'm talking you guys into it.
No, it's in the top 3 puberty movies of all time, but not movies.
She was spankable in the day.
So you're telling me when he gets in the car after, what the hell's his wife's name?
Adrian.
Right. Brain fart. Sorry. When Adrian's like, you can't win, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, that was the other one. But she's like, what are you afraid of? Blah, 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 and he gets in the car and he's driving. It's like, there's no easy way out. And it's like the montage of all the fights. And then when he kills Apollo Creed, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's cinema. That's box office stuff.
The best thing that ever come out of Rocky IV was in Rocky V when he comes back and he sees Adrian and he's got brain damage and he looks at her and goes, I'm glad I'm home because now I'm going to violate you like a parking meter.
Oh, and that was the introduction of Tommy Gunn, right?
Yes, that's correct.
My ring's in the street, right? Other than that, I'm doing great, Coach. I mean, you got the Congo shirt on. You got the jiu-jitsu
hat, bodyboarding shirt. I didn't change. Didn't get the Man United stuff.
And we always talk about this. Every time I see the word jiu-jitsu, I think of that comedy movie, the one that I saw late at night one night years back. And it's a cheerleader, and she's busting on this other person, and she's like, you put the, yuck in this and that, and she's like, you put the ooh in jujitsu, So every time I see jujitsu, that's what I think of. And it was Jamie Presley, and she was not ugly.
Jamie Presley, ooh.
Yeah, she was not ugly.
Yeah. Not at all. No, she was smoking.
In this movie, she had a cheerleader outfit the entire time. It was like ridiculous.
Finny, pull that up. We're going to take a second.
Go ahead. You guys talk. I'll find it. Don't worry. Jamie Presley, what movie?
I think it was not another teen movie.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, where the guy puts he's bitching about the French toast being cold.
Right.
So the chef shoves it down his shorts. He's like,
so you
"Here
never
go.
send food back.
It's all fixed up for you." You know, and
Never send food back.
That's great. But yeah, she's unbelievable. Oh yeah, right there. I mean, that's actually, I think, when she's saying it or something like that. Yeah, I mean,
I'll get it in a minute. Hang on, boys. I don't be on the screen.
You got it.
No worries.
That's
so other than that, everything's doing great. Weather outside today a little frightening.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going. Is that a hurricane? Is that what that is?
I think it might be remnants of a hurricane.
Okay.
Which, by the way, oh, never mind. I just conflated two stories. But it is my daughter's birthday today, October 30th. Happy birthday, Pepe.
Wow.
Love you.
Happy birthday, Peyton. How old is she?
She is
Or
25.
She's 25. Okay. I know with women it's a little sensitivo.
I don't think she cares.
You know what I mean? But in your 20s, I think you're okay.
Oh, you're always good.
I think it's once you get, I'd say,
Beyond 30, maybe?
I'd say sub 40.
Yeah.
You don't want to ask and they don't want to tell. And you got to kind of guess. It's like one of the world's mysteries. You know what I mean? Like, how old is this woman or that woman or whatever, you know? So, mystery question, Finny? Or not yet?
Not yet, boys. Hang on. I'm still trying to figure stuff out.
Finney's doing deep recon on Jamie Preston.
I'm watching
here
him.
for it.
I'm watching him on the screen.
Yeah, I can't get it in time.
But I'm telling you, that's the first time
I was
I've
going to
heard
say, I'm sure you've said that many times.
I'm not even switching the board right now, so one of you have been talking the whole time on camera.
So the pictures just keep getting like it was a small little thumbnail.
Yeah.
And then it just gets bigger and closer and bigger and closer because I can't do it.
I was so close, man. I just can't get it in time.
So
let me find the Miz thing. You guys, hey, I got a question, Pete.
Lay it on.
You guys, how surprised were you at Man United this past weekend?
Ooh, well, educate me, my young man.
Well, they won.
First of all, then I'm shocked. No, but
as you can tell, Coach is a huge United fan.
Huge.
They've been in battles. Look, I just got a lot going on.
Yeah, it was a big win. They looked great. I think it's 3 in a row now or 4. I'm not sure.
When's the last time that's happened?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I follow a lot of the British guys.
Right.
And it's like you'd have thought Jesus walked on water after this weekend.
That's great.
It was a big win. And they had the white uniform.
Yeah,
it was looking
they
good.
look great.
The white is class.
I love the white. I love the red, obviously. The uniform I hate the most is the black. Yeah. I don't like the black Man United kit, but
do you ever see when they get freaky and they have like a weird, like Man United every once in a while have a weird color, like they'll go back in time and get green and yellow.
Oh yeah, well the green and yellow, I've seen that one. I think that's a European kit. They wear it in the Champions League when they have to play other teams away.
Yeah, I don't.
And
like
that team is red.
I don't like that look.
I'm not a big fan. No. I'm not.
It's got a little historic. A little historic notch to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
not bad. Not
like
terrible.
the Man United red and the Man United white, iconic.
This white Saturday they had on was class. It was.
Hey Pete,
class.
can I ask you a trivia question that every Man United fan should know?
Well, if you want to embarrass me, because I probably will botch it.
All right, it's a silly one though, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, here it is. What is the name of the Man United mascot?
The Red Devil?
Close.
No. I'm asking you the Red Devil. The guy.
Yes.
I have no idea.
Fred the Red.
Is it Fred the Red?
Fred the Red.
They couldn't come up with something better than Fred the Red?
They're from Manchester in the 1800s. Let's be easy on them.
Oh, let's call him Fred the Red, eh?
I feel like a guy tossed and turned all night in his bed thinking of that one.
All right, let's get to it, boys.
Coach, it's time for the mystery question of the day. And I got to know, because I've got a couple whoppers along my journey in life.
Okay.
But I just need to know, and you can give me 2 or 3 or 1 or whatever. But I need to know, what is the best piece of life advice you ever got? And it could be at any age, and it could be something that someone told you when you were young, and it just stuck with you, and you've kind of applied it to your life every day. It could be financial, it could be family, it could be whatever you want it to be. But just in general, what's the best piece of life advice you've ever received?
I have 2. And I don't know which one is more valuable because they're both super valuable to me.
Because I want you to give me your advice so that I can
So when I was a junior in high school, I was playing for Archbishop Curley. Mario Shilapoti was my coach.
Okay.
And I wasn't getting a ton of playing time. So one day I decided to quit. I was like, screw it. I've had it. I hate soccer. I hate this. I'm not doing it anymore. And I went home.
Okay.
And my father found out that I quit. And my father was when I was born, he was 56. So he's in his 70s at this point.
Right.
He was very gentle with me, even though he was a very hard man, fought in World War II, grew up in the Depression, yada, yada. He lost his mind and went at me full bore, sent me to my room, yelled at me, cussed at me. The only time I ever heard him cuss at me. The next day, he always packed my lunch, right? So next day, I went downstairs, grabbed my lunch, and in the lunch, he owned a religious store, and there was a St. Christopher, it might have been St. Christopher, card, and on the back of it, this was in my lunch. It said, "Don't quit," and there was a poem in it that said, "When things go wrong, and sometimes will, when the road you're trudging goes all uphill, when you want to laugh but you have to cry, when the funds are low and the debts are high, when life is pressing you down a bit, rest if you want, but don't you quit." Anyway, it goes on and on and on.
Apparently that poem stuck with you.
Yeah, I've read it probably 1,000 times in my life.
That's impressive, dude.
And I'm not kidding. I seen that. Someone hand wrote that on the bathroom stall at Applebee's.
It was me, because I could not get it out.
So you weren't going to quit.
I wasn't going to quit.
Your inspiration was to write back.
Well, so that I don't quit things, and I don't quit on people, generally speaking.
Okay.
And that has stuck with me in life. Evan, my oldest son, has the last part tattooed on his chest. And that reads, "Stick to the fight when your hardest hit, because it's times like that you must not quit." And that has served me so well in my life. The second is funnier than it is universal. I was a senior in high school. I had a couple options to play college soccer, but I was also a nutcase. And I was out of control with my behavior. I was drinking. I drank more in high school than I did in college. I was off the charts. And I decided I was going to join the Marines. And I'm at the kitchen table with the Marine recruiter. It was this big guy, right? Telling me how they were going to make me a leader and I was going to be like, a badass. And,
sure.
And my parents wanted me to do that because they knew I needed the discipline because I was out of control. I knew I needed to get something in my life to put me on the right track because I was going fast down a wrong path. And the phone rang. And my niece, Jennifer, picked up the phone. She said, "Hey, Pete, there's a college coach on the phone." And I was like, "Oh, not now. I'm talking to the Marine recruiter." She said, "It's Pete Caringi, and he needs to speak to you."
Okay.
So I take the call. And I'm like, "Coach." And he's like, "Yeah, why don't you come play soccer for us at Essex? We just signed Jason Dieter. He's one of your best friends. We got the great team. We're going to compete. National championship." And it sounded great. And I was like, "Coach, I'm at the table with a Marine recruiter. I'm joining the Marines." And this is the advice he gave me. Well, first he said, "Did you sign anything?" And I said, "No." And then he went full court press.
Okay.
And he said, "Why don't you come to Essex, play soccer for us for 2 years? If you don't like it, the Marines will probably still be in business." And that made perfect sense to me. And I played for Essex, and Pete changed my life so much and taught me how to be a competitor, how to be disciplined. It was exactly where I needed to be. And like some people don't believe in God, but I believe God put Pete in my life as an answered prayer from my mom and dad.
Gotcha.
Truly. So best 2 pieces of advice. The Marines will still be in business. Don't rush into a decision and don't quit stuff.
I love it. Finney, got anything?
Well, I mean, I've had many great pieces of advice over the years. I think my favorite piece of advice was don't talk to anyone more stupid than you because they will bring you down to their level and they will win because they have a lot more experience. And I think that's a great quote. That's actually a Mark Twain quote that was given to me at one point. But my favorite person-to-person quote was actually Father Burke.
Right?
At St. Francis.
Yeah,
I was in the 8th grade. Similar story, Pete. I wasn't down a bad path. Like I wasn't a drug kid or drinking or things like that. I didn't care about school. I wanted to be a comedian. I knew what I was going to do. I hated school. And one day he came in and grabbed me out of class and took me to lunch at Jack's Corned Beef. It's the God's honest truth. And when we're sitting there at lunch, he looked me in the face and he said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I flat out told him, I said, "I want to be a comedian." And he said, "Well, you're already that. Now, what do you want to do with your life?" And I said, "I want to do comedy." And he said, "Well, who's your favorite comedian?" You got to remember, I'm in the 8th grade.
Okay.
I go, I think it was at the time, I go, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, and Eddie Murphy. And he said the coolest thing. He goes, "I know all," and he had the deepest monotone voice. And he goes, "I know all 3 of them. I actually like them, but I got news for you, Michael. They're all really smart. You need to start being smart." And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And he said, "Stop goofing around," basically.
Right.
And not that I was great in school, but I did do better. And it helped me in life. It let me realize that just because you know what you want to do doesn't mean you're capable or ready to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, and then, I did go on to quit school and I'm not proud of that, but I did always have that in the back of my mind. So I'm sort of an autodidact. I taught myself everything I ever wanted to learn in life. And that was a great piece of advice for me. Is just, you got to be smart.
That's cool.
No matter what you want to do, you have to be smart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Knowledge is key, man.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Which is why I've proven I still have a lot to learn, because here I am producing a show for you two.
Right.
Clearly, I didn't listen hard enough.
There was a detour and an exit that you should have gotten off on.
How about you, bro? What is the best piece of advice?
I mean, for me, I have a lot of little ones, but the biggest one that stuck with me I was in 3rd grade, and you would come in the classroom and the teacher had the cursive banner of all the cursive letters on top of the chalkboard. It was stretched across the room. And she had this one little poster, and it was covered up. It was she had the poster on the wall, but then it was covered up with she had 2 tacks in a black piece of fabric. And it was always covered up. And we went through the year, and hey, her name was Miss Hauck. We were like, "Miss Hauck, what is under this black thing?" And she's like, that's a quote, and we'll get to it later on. We're like, oh, okay, great. So I don't even know down the road. I don't know what the suspense was for. I don't get it. But down the road, she pulled it off. And she was like, "This is something that you should carry with you for the rest of your life. It'll make your life so much easier. You'll get to meet a lot of people. You'll get along with a lot of people. People will like you. You'll have a bigger network of friends and family and so much."
The suspense is killing me.
Right.
You had me roped in at black cloth covering it.
And
Now
it
the build up.
it was the simplest thing that you could imagine was what it said. And all it said was, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you."
Yeah.
And that was it. And literally, because she made it suspenseful, it would have been a zero burger.
Right.
Had it been up there since day one, but it kind of made it stick with me, at least me. I don't know about the other 16 kids.
I got to be honest, dude.
Right.
Here's the problem. I heard that same quote.
Right.
And when I heard it, I ran down the street and I just started jerking guys off. I was like, "Come on, man. I did unto you."
And they didn't reciprocate.
None of them. It's the worst
Unbelievable.
advice I ever got in my life.
Oh, man. No,
But in fairness, he never quit.
Still trying.
and if the Marines are still in business. Oh, man.
Pete, please, for the sake of the show, move your damn bag out of the way. It's in the shot the whole time.
Sorry about
Now
that,
it's in the
boss.
center. Now, okay, that's fine.
I mean,
All right.
everyone
Good.
knows he uses Old Spice. I mean,
By the way, I'm an Old Spice fan again. You guys tried the deodorants, the Old Spice deodorants?
That's all
I love
use.
it. Yeah, I
That's all
love
I
it.
use.
So we're all in agreement.
Old
Yeah.
Spice.
When we were kids, Old Spice was the old man cologne.
Yeah.
the commercial the guy had on the turtleneck.
Turtleneck.
It's like, it looked like he broke his neck. He got in a car accident. He had whiplash, and he had that gay Irish hat on.
Yeah. Well,
with a
I
little
think
beanie on top.
I think now the younger people use Axe a lot.
Axe is a big one. Axe
Yeah.
body spray. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I don't like it either.
No, Old Spice is it for
Old
me. Red
Spice.
Zone, Red Zone.
Red
baby.
Zone. You like Red Zone,
I
Pete?
love Red Zone.
I'm a Fiji guy. Have you tried
I
Fiji?
like Fiji.
And Swagger.
Swagger's
a-
good too.
You know who turned me on to Swagger was Ray Lewis.
Really?
We were joking one time, and because remember he did them Old Spice commercials,
Yeah.
and I was joking with him. I'm like, "Come on, Ray, all that money, you still using old Spice?" And he goes, "Hey man, Hey, for real, you got to try that swagger, man. You got to try that swagger.
Do a pregame speech.
I can't. I haven't done it in so long. I used to say that Ray Lewis is the kind of guy that could get you pumped up to do anything.
Anything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what it is. Like you in the pregame huddle and like the dudes and Ray's like, come on, we're going to go out today. We're going to win. We're going to do anything we got to do. And right now, I got to go pee-pee. And everybody else be like, yeah, Ray, I got to go pee-pee too. Let's go all three. We all go pee-pee. Like he just gets you pumped up to do anything, man.
I heard an interview with Joe Flacco once, and they said, what do you think of Ray Lewis pregame and like what he does before the games? He's like, yeah, he definitely gets people fired up. I don't know what he's saying half the time or what he's talking about, but I'm ready to play.
It was actually wasn't Joe. It was Jarrett Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's on defense, and I go,
Right.
Jared, when you're in that huddle and Ray is screaming and he's getting you fired up, like, what's it feel like? He goes, dude, he says a lot. I don't really know what he's saying, but I just know I want to kill somebody when he's done.
So, fun fact about Adam the Miz Mizell,
Yes.
I'm a deodorant connoisseur.
Are you really?
I swear. Not
What's
even
your
kidding.
all-time, like, what is the Dom Perignon of deodorants for you?
I'm an
Really?
Old Spice guy.
Yeah.
And on my nightstand, I have 8 of them lined up. So I get to choose a different scent every day. I'm not kidding. The best scent, bar none, is Kraken Guard.
What's it called?
Kraken Guard.
What's it
Spice
smell
Kraken.
like?
I mean, it's like a fruity, sweety smell.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
I would say it I like based on the name, I thought it would smell like a fresh Viking.
So there's a couple different, there's a couple different ones. There's Captain is good, Swagger's good.
I like Swagger.
Kraken Guard is the best, right?
Wow.
You got to get Alpine Sport is very good. Have you seen it? No?
Dude, I'm just blown away that you have 8 deodorant fragrances.
And knows them by
knows
name.
them and can describe them.
Like it's like he has. It's like in Goodfellas when he's looking through his suits and he's
Yeah.
got like 20 suits.
Yeah.
That's the way Miz is with his deodorants.
Hey, and I'm not kidding. Like when randos come in the bed, like sometimes my wife's friends will come up to if they're getting ready or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What the hell is it with all the deodorants on Adam's nightstand?" And that's just it's something
That's
I
your
do.
thing.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Miz question of the day today is great advice quotes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a couple that are funny
Okay.
that are from famous people I'd like to read. You guys mind?
Lay it on
Yes.
me.
All right,
let's
here
do
we
it.
go. I'm hoping that lets us forget about Adam's goddamn deodorant addiction. All right, here we go. If you can't be kind, at least be vague. I think that's a good one.
Okay.
Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things. You know who
one.
said that?
Yeah.
You should know, Pete.
Gloria Steinem.
No. She petted all the sweaty things. That was George Carlin.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's one. The road to success is always under construction. That's Lily Tomlin. I'll read one more here. Don't worry about getting older. You will do that. Wait a minute. Don't worry about getting older. You still get to do dumb stuff, just slower, and no one cares.
Are you
That's true.
are you in general? Are you a quotes guy?
I
do
love
like
quotes.
I do.
I
like,
make up quotes all the time and attribute them to other people.
I'm not a quotes guy.
really?
And that's part
Yeah.
of the problem with our society, by the way.
That I'm not a quotes guy.
No, that people stopped using quotes and reminders as a way to live life.
But I do remember back in the day when people had paper calendars.
Yes,
like they
with
would have
quotes on them. Quote of the
every
day.
day, right? They would have like a little quote, and then you
Um,
rip it off, and the next day another quote.
And
Yeah.
a lot of my coaching stuff, a lot of the stuff I preach in coaching comes from Vince Lombardi. You know, I got a couple of Anson Dorrance quotes that are great.
15 minutes early is late.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
The Lombardi time.
That's a Lombardi time.
Well, so I ask you guys, what is the quote of today?
Well, I would say it was another piece of advice before I went down to Daytona Beach for spring break, my senior year in college. I had a very good friend of mine come up to me and said, "Hey, Pete, if she has an Adam's apple, don't kiss her."
That's true. I mean, it's true, 100%.
That would be my quote of the day.
According to the device, the quote of today is the only impossible journey is the one you never begin.
That is true.
But I don't know if that's a today quote. That's a very old, I think that's like a Buddhist
I mean, according to Google, that is the quote for today.
Oh, you mean like today's quote?
Yes.
Oh, like the quote of the day.
Yes.
I thought you meant like the quote everybody's using nowadays.
No, just today.
Huh?
And that is why you should have stayed in school.
Yeah, exactly right, Pete. That's exactly right. I love quotes. I do. I think they're great. I make up quotes all the time. And then I say, you know who said that? And I say somebody famous. And they go, wow. But if I say I said it, they go, oh, shut the fuck up. So that's what I do.
Like you just did with George Carlin.
Totally. Yeah.
When I see
that was a Carlin line, though.
I know.
When I see a quote, it reminds me of like, I for whatever reason, my mind matches it up with a car dealership slogan.
I get it. I get it.
They
I know
hold
what you
the
mean.
same value to me. Like, whatever it is. Don't stop believing. Follow your dreams. Blah, blah, blah. Whoever said that. Tony Robbins. Or, whatever. And then, like, my mind puts that with Jack says yes.
So all quotes are slogans to you.
And they're kind of like full of baloney. You know, that's the way I process them. But
you give me any subject, I can make a quote up about it and act like I've known it forever. It's a gift. Go ahead, try me. Give me a subject. I'll give you a quote. Anyone.
All right. Space travel.
Remember that traveling through space is the equivalent of standing still on Earth.
It works.
And
Carl Sagan, 1973,
and
Stanford University.
Some way,
it works.
Someone will take that quote and be like, dude,
Carl Sagan. Dude, this guy's a genius.
This is unbelievable.
This Carl Sagan is unreal. But it's all about, like, people used to talk deeper and much more connective. And now we just go, oh, shut up, you idiot.
How about one more quote?
Okay.
The difficulty of making it in Hollywood.
I think my favorite quote from Hollywood would have to be in that area, Pete, from a man named John Silverstein, who changed his name to John Stewart. And when they asked him, why did you change your name from Silverstein to Stewart? He said Silverstein sounded too Hollywood.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
and you got to read into it.
He's not wrong.
But I think my favorite quote, Pete, about what was the question again?
It was like there was something about the difficulty of making it in Hollywood.
Winning an Oscar is the equivalent of receiving First Communion. Everyone applauds you, but no one really knows what it means to you.
Speaking of the bathroom at Applebee's.
It's my own point, though. It's just quotes or people say cool shit sometimes. And it's all how you phrase it. Yeah. You make it sound so, like, amazing.
If you ever get advice from him and he says it's the equivalent of,
yeah,
you know he's just making it up right out of his ass.
Listen, if you ever ask me anything, I'm just lying and making it up straight out of my ass.
Oh, my God.
I have no depth to me whatsoever. I am a fleeting thought moron.
Oh, well, that wraps up the mystery question of the day.
That was really...
Coach, let's get into the sports, more specifically soccer. But I got a quick question for you. It's not a mystery question of the day.
I'm still freaking dying about that. That is so funny.
And I've seen this pop up now over the last few months, and I was like, the next time we get connected, I want to talk about this with you on the show. So a lot of youth kids, especially in our area, right? Multi-sport athletes, lacrosse, basketball, soccer, baseball, whatever it is, football. But at some point, right, you kind of like the pyramid starts to narrow.
You got to specialize.
So my question to you, and I've heard a couple different people give their opinions, but what is there a hard age for that, or is it just a natural progression, or is it like if I'm a parent of a kid, right? And I have my own thoughts too, but what say you as like a I'd say a age range where they should start to specialize?
So it depends on the kid, right? Okay. So everybody's different. I'm going to use an example. So for me, I think you should at least get to high school before you are all in.
Okay.
Unless, like, let's say soccer is something that's all you want to do. The kid that I want to bring up is someone you know. Do you remember Jack Muller?
Yes.
Jack Muller, fantastic athlete, one of the best athletes I've ever coached.
Yep.
Just not only physically gifted, but his mindset of competitiveness and the drive to win.
Super gritty, super scrappy.
Second to none. Like, amazing kid. So he was playing on a sort of, I guess it was rec travel, but like lower level club team, all the way up into high school. At high school, he found out he had a natural gift to score goals. He was also playing basketball, I believe, and lacrosse. I think he played all three at Perry Hall.
Okay.
At some point, and I want to say it was around his sophomore year, he began to realize, I need to make a move to a higher level club team, and I've got to scrape some of this off so I can funnel my attention to playing full-time soccer, and because that's what I want to do.
Sure.
So he left his team. He ended up going to, I want to say PSA, which was Lee Tachantre's club.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went to PSA and then to Celtic, and he won a national championship at Celtic, by the way.
Yeah, I think that was like 98 or something.
Yeah, he was 99,
98, 99, something like that.
Somewhere in there. But he was wildly successful with that. And what he did was, I think he dropped off of playing competitive basketball, played high school lacrosse, but it was kind of like, I'm doing this because I love it. It's fun. I want to be with the guys. But soccer became his focus. So I would say, like, using him as an example, because I don't think you're going to find too many better, well-rounded athletes, somewhere early high school, that should happen. What shouldn't happen, it's easier to say what shouldn't happen, is that a parent pushes their kid and only allows them to experience one sport. You know, if the kid doesn't want to play baseball, try baseball, don't like it, don't play again. But I would say somewhere, for me, it was I stopped playing baseball, and I was a better baseball player than soccer player at that time. I was a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
So
you feel that that's about where so no kid in middle school should be like depriving themselves of the other sports. They should just be kind of, experiencing a lot of different things and basically throwing things up against the wall, see what sticks.
Depends on the kid, right? Depends on the kid. But like, if you're a soccer player and you're in 7th grade, you're in middle school, you're a standout, you're going to all these tournaments, UCLA is not recruiting you. Right? They're not recruiting you at 7th grade. High school, it matters where you get a look.
Yeah. And then to segue into nowadays, like, the club is the more highly recruited
for sure
component of soccer
for
kids and young adults.
Miz, I'm sorry. On that subject, you just said something that the club is more important now than the high school
for recruiting.
Is that backwards? Is that damaging the sport? Because I feel, maybe I'm wrong, there are a lot of kids that can't afford the club level that could be coached to a higher level, but they don't have the funds or the means or the family to get them around town and take them to all this. Do you think maybe the focus should be on the school programs and perhaps have families donate to the school to make the programs better, whatever? I just feel like the clubs, and I know that you're both involved in them, and I love the fact that we have clubs. We have a club culture in this country. But I feel like with every other sport in America, it becomes run by people who don't have the best intention of the athlete or the sport. It's more about the best intention for the result of the club and the parent, which is where the money transpires. So my questions are, really the question is, don't you think there should be more focus on school programs than club?
The short answer is no, because and here's why. Logistically and financially, for college coaches, it's impossible. It's impossible, especially in our area when our seasons are at the same time.
Yeah.
It's impossible for them to get around and watch a million high school games while they're in season, when they can go in the spring, which is a prime season now for club, and go watch 35, 40 kids that are all higher level They can just say, hey, we're going to a high-level tournament, ECNL, MLS Next, whatever it is, and they're going to go watch all these kids that are closer in level. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. However, my point would be, why don't those tournaments do it with school teams?
Well, because here's what you have. You have, on a club team, you get the best kids from various schools. So I'm just going to take.
I get the philosophy.
Right. Okay, so look. Archbishop Curley gets a handful of players. McDonough gets a handful of players. Calvert Hall gets a handful of players. Loyola gets a handful of players. Well, a lot of those, the best players in each year, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, they all play on the same club team. So Curley can't really go and travel to Arizona to play in a tournament because of the money involved and because, they just don't have the budget. Whereas a club can put all those kids together, push it on to the parents, fly out to Arizona, play in front of 100 college coaches, and then the college coaches can say, oh, I like this kid, I like that kid.
Now, I get it. I do. But it would make more sense to me is if you took these high schools and then at the end of that, you picked 20 great players, 30 great players, you make 2 teams, and you go enter these tournaments. And I just feel like the school programs, because I feel like there's more vested in, because the clubs locally, you can say all you want that you're telling the kids to do their homework, but you're not involved in their life day to day. Whereas a high school coach, the teachers and the athletic directors are coming to you and they're saying, hey, Billy's going to fail off this team and you can get in his ass. My question is, don't you think that there needs to be more academy style clubs than necessarily soccer clubs?
We had that.
Yeah.
But it's very elite.
Yes.
And very expensive.
And that's why we don't have any more of the funding they got pulled.
Right. But so my question would be, though, I believe that if you went to these parents in schools and said, look, your kid can play for free, but we want to do tournaments. We want to bring in other coaching. We're asking you to donate a couple $100s a season to help us facilitate this. I just think that if you restructured the money that parents are willing to spend and benefit those kids both scholastically and athletically, I think it's a better combination.
Well, I'll say this. Clubs, as sad as this is, a lot of them, their focus is not necessarily the kid. It's winning,
right?
So that more kids come in, so the club gets bigger, so they make more money.
Of course.
And guys that are at the top of some of the clubs, they're making bank, right?
Who is the biggest club in the state?
Probably
Is it Pipeline?
Pipeline's got to be one of them. I would say
one of them.
Bethesda's
up there.
Bethesda's big.
So my question is, and we both know, we know Santino. And there's no point in beating around the bush. And Santino has a great club and a good program, whatever. But I'm saying those types of things are great at an elite level. But when you have 20 of these clubs, and I think these kids are now looking at their high school like a drag. Like playing for their school is a drag. They just want to play for their club. And I think that's where a lot of the problems lie.
So I think you're off.
I was just going to say.
You think I'm off?
I think you're off.
Here's the difference.
Okay, explain it to me.
Here's the difference. So imagine like Christian Pulisic. Right?
Sure.
So he plays club and he plays country. So the high school is like the country.
Sure.
And the club is like the club. So when they play high school, they get to play with all their friends, right? That may be decent players, but not good enough to make the club.
Right.
Right. And these are kids that they go to, high school events with, dances with,
right.
homecoming with, prom with. They do all the high school things with these kids. And now throw in, hey, look, we're on the same team. We can go compete together too. And it makes for more memories and a better high school experience.
Would it make more sense then to separate the club and the high school season more?
They kind of do.
When the kids are in high school, they kind of shut club off for those 2-3 months.
Right.
Okay.
Unless you're playing like academy.
Right.
But even then, I think if you have a waiver, you
get
just
waivers.
Who's the biggest academy in Maryland?
True. DC?
Academy has to be DC United.
Yeah,
DC United, right?
Right.
Is there another one?
Armor.
Baltimore Armor.
Is that a true academy? Do the kids go to school there?
No, they don't go. Not to school at Armor.
It's not the same as DC United.
Right.
DC United's like
That's what I mean. That's a true academy.
right.
Yes.
And I think that if clubs ran themselves more like that, I think you would have more argument for me, because I think there's a lot of kids whose parents waste so much money on these clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, no offense to either one of you. You both know you've had benches that probably shouldn't be on your team at all if you're starting a team. But it's the nature of the beast. Not everybody's going to shine. But when you have, 12, 15 clubs and you really only have enough to suit or to field, say, 3 or 4 great teams, I just like total players. I just think I don't know. I love the clubs because I love the sport, but I just think that part of the culture has been lost in the clubs.
I hear what you're saying. And I think let me rephrase.
Sure.
You're saying clubs should invest in their top team.
Correct.
But these second teams, third teams, fourth teams, they're just funding.
Yes, they're
Right,
funding the
just
top
funding.
team.
And those kids pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. And the money is what screws it up. But,
Agreed.
But if I compare high school to club, I'm going to say this. Club, you have a longer period of training. You have a more specific style of play, sometimes at a much higher level, and you get more exposure. High school, you compete your ass off and you have fun. It is it's something special, and the kids that miss out on it, I feel bad for them because they can never get it back.
You talking about high school or club?
High school.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I wish there were more emphasis on high school, and I hope they figure that out.
One more question for both of you, though, about that. How would you feel if a guy, say he had a little bit of money or it was privately funded, and I'm just going to talk direct, he went down into the city and he got 15 young black athletes and said, I'm going to teach you this sport, and made a team and committed for 3 or 4 years to these kids? How do you think those kids would do?
Depends on the training. It depends on their mentality. Like, there's a lot of intangibles that come with that. So when kids start playing competitive sports in an early age, they learn the value of competition.
Sure.
Right? Because it's not always about being skilled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's not about skill, it's about will, right? Another quote, it's the quote of the day. There you go, right? But that's a fact. I mean, really, sometimes teams that aren't as skilled, they compensate for that by working hard and putting in the work, conditioning and strength and all those things to kind of even the playing field, if you will, right? High school is very unique in that where it's different. The difference, the biggest difference between high school and club is that high school is a 4-year age range on one team.
No, I get it.
Club, this is your birth year, that's your team. This is your birth year, that's your team. High school, you have little freshman guys battling the senior who's looks like he's 27 years old, right? And each year you're losing 5, 6, 8, 10 guys.
And then you have to rebuild.
Right. It's a constant cycle of new players, new teams, new excitement, really, because then you're like, oh, well, we did this last year because we had this personnel.
Right.
Now this year we have this personnel.
Right. I get it.
We have to do this. It's a little bit different that way, but there's no wrong answer to me. Like, there's club has its thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it's good at and what it's great for, and the level being a little bit overall higher. Obviously, those kids are all try out. They make the team. They're hand selected. That the high school, sometimes you might have a really good team and the janitor's the coach, and he's never kicked the ball in his life or never seen a game. And that's where
my first 3 coaches never played soccer.
Yeah.
Ever. They were 2 football guys and a bicycling guy.
And not that they can't be successful.
Correct.
Right. But I hate to sound like the guy from Rounders, but
yeah.
Right. There are idiosyncrasies of the game that if you didn't play at least to a certain level,
you don't know.
You don't know, and you can't pass that knowledge on to kids.
Correct. And Pete, like, you've coached both, and Adam, you've coached both club, right? Yeah. Let me ask you this: any coach that ever coached you, say, I'm going at least 25 years ago, Could either one of any of those coaches compete today with today's coaching?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the point of my whole argument is that the game itself doesn't change that much. It's the same game.
Yeah.
There's tactics and things like that to change, yes. But the game itself, my question is, when you have these kids and 6, 7-year-olds and they're joining clubs, to me, why would a parent pay all that money for a kid that can't even take in really what you're showing them and remember it? And I'm not trying to badmouth clubs. I know you both have made a living off of it, and you both have done great work with these kids. I'm speaking as a parent or as a soccer fan that looks at it and goes, a 7-year-old just needs to know offsides, how to kick the ball forward, and if you're a goalie, how to get your body in front of it.
And nowadays the youth training has come so far.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As you know.
But
where
I
it
always
was
say that
back
one
then.
or two kids grab that knowledge. The other 10 or 12 are just twiddling sticks and wasting their parents' money.
So at some point, the parent has to step in and take a hard look in the mirror and say, my son's or daughter or whatever, it's not a club player.
Right.
Let's go play rec travel or rec in-house. All the kids play even. We
Yeah.
don't have to travel far. We don't have to shell out thousands of dollars, and everybody's happy, right?
Yeah,
but if
I know,
you
I get it.
sign up to play club soccer, and depending on what level you fall at, you're kind of signing up for the fees too.
Yeah,
mean, that's
I
just-
get it. I get
yeah.
it.
Well, I'll give you another one. Like, yeah, I'm not shy about talking about it. I run New Vision Soccer Academy in Joppa, and we take kids. I won't train anybody under 6 years of age because they can't.
They can't train.
Right. They can't
Yeah.
absorb.
Right.
But there are places that'll take a 3-year-old,
I know.
take your money and have them run with a ball. It's
What
crazy.
is the basic cost of a season for an average club? What does it cost a
It
parent?
depends on the club.
It's $1,000?
No, it's about like $3,000, I think. somewhere in there.
$3,000 for a season for
Well,
a 7-year-old.
For a year.
For a-
Not 7. Probably a little bit
I
less.
bet you. It depends on
They're
the
not
age.
doing as much traveling.
Like,
Okay.
if you could get a really good club experience at some place like Baltimore Union,
Yeah.
and it's not going to break your bank.
No. It's,
Okay.
It's going to be that's actually a wonderful club to start with.
I'm speaking like ECNL, high school
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Like, those kids are paying around $3,000.
Because the theory in that is that money's going to come back to you in the form of a scholarship.
Right.
Hopefully.
How many of these club kids are getting scholarships? What's the percentage you think?
Not many.
Yeah, 10 maybe?
Yeah, well, it's so what'll happen is there'll be very few that get Division I soccer scholarships, but there will be some. What happens is you get recruited by a Division III school. They can't give you a scholarship, but they can give you financial aid or grants
award
or
money.
award money, right? And it's because of your soccer, but they call it for something else.
It'll
So-
be
I hear you.
If you count that in, I don't know, what do you say?
it'll be the John S. Baxter Award of the Year or whatever.
John S. Baxter. I don't know who the hell that is, but that's a cool name.
Yeah.
But what would be a quote that John X. Baxter came up with?
It will be. And one of my favorite John X. Baxter quotes is this: never worry about someone remembering your name. Worry about them remembering what you said.
Guy's a genius.
I love it. Guys,
John S. Baxter, by the way.
Guys, I'm going to go home. I'm going to slap on some Old Spice swagger.
Great show,
call it a
guys.
day.
All right, I'm going to look up John X. Baxter or whatever the hell his name is.
And when you read these quotes, you're going to go, damn, that Finney's pretty smart.
It's back under the bridge for Coach Ivner today.
Hey, one more thing.
Yeah.
Coach Mizell, regional champion.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
friend.
yeah.
The Hereford Bulls.
We're pushing
Are we,
on, baby.
are we
We're
talking about
pushing on.
soccer?
Yeah.
In Hereford?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
you
going
mess
up
with
there.
the bull, you get the horse.
That's
baby.
right, baby.
Yeah, man.